Tabitha with Reclaim Warehouse, and we are going to learn all about German schmearing, or at least one way to German schmear, because there's lots of different ways. So this behind me is a fireplace at a remodel that we're currently doing, and they are going with a very classic and clean white and gray look. And so the brick on this is kind of an orangey red toned brick, so we want to tone that down. And you may have a very traditional fireplace in your own home, and this is an inexpensive, easy way to German schmear. And what I have here, and the tools that you're going to need, is a spackle knife. This one is a 4-inch. If you want to go with a wider one, this right here is a 6. This right here, there's a couple of different methods here. When I kind of looked up German schmear in different ways that people have done it, there's lots of different products, whether you're going to lime wash or there's something called slurry. This one right here, after doing a lot of research on it, was the most cost-effective and the easiest application. And honestly, you really cannot mess this up. So what I got was pre-mixed, so there's no mixing. A lot of times on grout, you can buy it in a bag application. So all you're gonna do is add water to that. You're gonna stir it in a bucket until it's more of a peanut butter type paste. This right here, you don't have to do that. It's already pre-mixed. It is actually tile grout. And it comes with several different color options already made for you. So you're not adding dyes or extra powder dyes or anything like that to it. This color right here is going to be bright white because we're kind of toning down this orangey red color going along with our theme of white and gray. And no water, no mess. It cleans up with water, just simple cleanup. I probably should have done a sponge just for cleaning and prep purposes. You're going to want to clean this. Make sure you're free of dust and mortar particles, that kind of thing, so you don't want to get that kind of mixed up in your grout, but if you got some in it, honestly, it's fine. So I did already wipe this down, and really we're ready to go. The point of this is just to tone down the coloring. And so I am not going with a slurry, which is a solid application where when you look at it, it almost looks like a stucco. This is more of a antiquing type of look where it looks like it maybe was stucco at one point, but part of it has kind of chipped away. You're seeing that brick exposed in just patches and kind of giving that antique type goodness. So it's really easy. This is what it looks like in the bucket. Okay, so I'm gonna actually, there's not a ton of brick here on this particular one. We've got about a foot all the way around and a decent size hearth. And so I'm just gonna get started, and we are not, again, covering this solid. So I'm gonna start kind of in one corner and work my way over to one side. Now something to think about here is whatever brick you get this on, it's not coming back off. So even once, say you got it on an area and you didn't really want it in that space, even if you take your sponge and it was wet and you try to smear it, it is still gonna leave that haze on there. So if you really have an area that you are not wanting to have a haze, you need to be very mindful of where it's at, not getting the grout on it. Brick is very porous, and so it's gonna just kind of soak that grout up, and you're not getting it off unless you were to do like an acid wash, which is another reason why I chose to go with grout versus like a mortar. Acid wash, an inside application would also be really hard. I didn't want to get acid around his wood floor, which is what he has right here by the hearth. And so that's another reason. So I'm just starting at the bottom, and I've got just kind of a clump here on my spackle knife. That. And we're just going to start mixing that around. got the hearth pretty much how I like it. Now I'm still gonna go back with the wet rag and kind of blend. I have some pretty harsh lines here from the spackle knife that I kind of just want to blend up. But this overall look is what I was going for. And this is my first time to do this application, so I was a little bit nervous, but I'm really pleased with what it looks like right now. I think it's gonna look fantastic. To think about when you're doing this, if it is an older fireplace, what is going on here is it is actually taking quite a bit of grout because my mortar grooves are so deep. And so what I may end up needing to do is go ahead and kind of give it all one good coat and let that completely dry out before I go ahead and put a whole nother coat over the top of that, just to give it a chance to really dry out well. And not something that I really considered. Usually when you have fireplace mortar, it's pretty much close to the surface of the brick. This one in particular, it must have just been a design choice and they wanted that mortar to be inset pretty far in. So we have the good first layer complete. So what I'm gonna do now is let this dry overnight, and all of these, we are gonna have like little areas that have little points sticking up or little blobs. That's okay, we're gonna let that dry. When we come back, we're gonna go ahead and knock that off and kind of clean it up with a sponge and smooth everything out. And so next time you see me, that's what we'll be doing. If you are interested in getting this project going, we just purchased our bucket of grout at Home Depot. It was $29. Your spackle knives are gonna be less than 10, and then your drop cloth. So very inexpensive project. It really doesn't take that much time. And so, yep, see ya. Okay, we're day 2 of our German Schmear fireplace technique. And the reason why we had to do this in 2 days was because the grout lines of this, the mortar was inset really far. So we filled in our grout lines yesterday, let that set up, and then today came back and kind of just did another layer over the top. You can really do yours in 1 day, in just a couple of hours. Ours was a little bit more tedious just because of those mortar lines being thick. But this was just an easy update on a fireplace, not very expensive, and you can do it yourself. No need to rip out the brick and retile or restone or any of that. An easy, quick update just to freshen up your space. So hopefully you try this technique. If you do, we would love to know. Make sure to share it with us. If you are loving our YouTube channel and the videos that we're posting, make sure to click our subscribe button and check us out on all social media platforms. We're there, and if you have any ideas on what projects you would like to see us do next, let us know. Put them down in the comments below and we will do videos for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.